Now, my friends out there, the project for today on the Sailboat is to do an engine instrument cover. Okay, the tools that we're going to use are a jigsaw with a real fine blade. I have a butane torch here to soften the edges when we're done. Heat gun, a Sharpie, the all-important tape measure, a square. Lexan is a polycarbonate. In my first attempt, I used acrylic. Acrylic is a little more brittle, and I was really happy to get the Lexan. Now, this boat that we bought didn't have a cover. Now, you can buy these all made, at least for our boat you can, but they're about $45. So a piece of Lexan or acrylic is about $10. Now, to be honest, I had a failed attempt the first time. So I spent $10 on a piece of acrylic. I measured once, and I'm about to cut twice. So this was an inch too short. I was an inch off. So mistakes happen. It's still going to be cheaper. Lexan is a polycarbonate. It's about 250 times stronger than glass. It's a 10-year warranty against yellowing. So I think this is what we're going to use. Now, my engine key cover is 12 inches by 7. Last time I did 11 inches, and I almost did 11 there. I'm leaving that protective film on until I do the bend. I'm going to draw it square, but I want a little bit of a round shape to it. So I have a cover here you could use, or I'm going to use a coffee can. Okay, I just want like an eyeball shape rounded there. You may look at the Lexan when you buy it and you say, wow, that's really cloudy. But it has a protective film on each side, which is good because we're going to be running it through the table saw. Before I do that, I want to do a little bit of a test cut to see how brittle it is. So I'm also going to wear goggles. I have a carbide tip, fairly fine carbide tip blade in the table saw. I'm going to try to keep my fingers far away from the blade. Don't do what I do. But I am going to wear goggles just in case there are any little bits and pieces. So first I'm going to do the test cut. Make sure my guard is down all the way there so that this doesn't slip and catch underneath. And here we go. That does chip a little bit. You have to go fast enough that it doesn't just melt it, and slow enough so it doesn't chip. All the way through, then out. 4 corners on this. Try to line it up. Need enough room for that jigsaw bit to go through. What you want to do is support it really well. I'm happy with that. Move that out of the way. Now it's time to take that film off. I'm going to take a plastic tube, PVC pipe, and bend it around that so I get a little bit of a curve to it. And I only need to bend about 3/8 of an inch. You could almost make that bend cold, but I don't want to do that. So I'm going to peel off the film. Peel that off. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to mark where the bend is. I think it's about 4 3/4 if I remember right. I think that'll get close enough. So I'm going to mark the 2 edges. I'm going to evenly heat that up with the heat gun. You want to stay a couple inches away because this gives off a lot of heat. The neat thing about Lexan is it holds its shape once you heat it and bend it. Hopefully it won't break, huh? Make sure you're bending it in the right direction. You don't want to get it on the boat and figure you did it backwards. Not quite there. I ended up getting some old scrappy gloves. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's just about the right amount of bend there. 3/8 of an inch. That's going to go up against the fiberglass. Going to screw it in and caulk it a little bit. So the next thing we need to do, I want to round the corners a little bit. This is the instrument panel, and the main reason for the cover is to protect it against driving rain or seawater that splashes up, anything like that. Give it a little extra protection. So ours didn't have that cover, so I just made this, and it fits really well. You have to mark where the screw holes are. Drill a couple of holes there, put some caulking, we should be all set. That out, and just reamed it around a little bit, open it up. So a little bit of caulking on there, just enough to stick it and seal it, mainly at the top and down the sides a little. It's not meant to be waterproof. I mainly want to seal the top and down the sides. The bottom can just drip out. Screw number 1. Beautiful. Screw number 2. Nice. Your $45 plus shipping and tax engine instrument cover for about $12 in materials and a little bit of time, probably an hour at the most, time to cut it all out. Hope that helped. See you next time.